Hello and welcome to another weekly episode of the Be Your Fridge podcast. On this week's episode, let's go mental.
Real beer, real brewery, real opinions. The Beer Fridge podcast.
Yes, your whole real beer, real breweries, real opinions. As always, if you listen or watch, make sure you subscribe, hit that ding-a-ling-a-ling to be notified of every single episode. You can show your support by giving us a 5-star rating. You can show your official support by going to patreon.com/Beer Fridge podcast and get every single episode early. My name's Gavin. I've got my drinking friends. I've got Scott, I've got Carl. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good
Evening. We will start, as we normally do, go around the virtual table and see what we're drinking to kick things off.
Let's go around the table.
Callum, what you got?
Lager.
Bosch.
I am drinking Tergenzier Special.
Hmm.
There it is.
My wee accent as well.
Mm-hmm.
You sprinkle that.
Brauhaus Tergenzier from München in Bayern, in Germany, in München.
That's an old reference.
It's a 5.6% lager, as I said, and it is splendiferous.
Nice.
Next.
I have a new brewery called Bearwood Brewing. Questionable name.
Beer Bum Brewing.
Questionable name. Bearwood.
Bearwood.
Is-
As in, there's a bear shit in the wood.
Indeed, that's the one. This is a collaboration with Only With Love, based near Lewis or Brighton, one of the two.
Collaboration with Oliver.
Indeed. Called Time is an Illusion. 6.6 percentage pointage NEPA. It's got Citra, Nelson Mosaic, and Citra Hyper Boost. Oh yeah. This
Wipeout.
I'm pretty sure I seen these guys at Brew London or one of the London beer festivals, and they'd literally just started. And I remember their beers being good at the festival. So this is the first can I've seen out with that, and can art looks lovely, looks quite nice. A melting clock,
Very Salvador Dali.
indeed. And beer wise, it's actually really nice. A really lovely haze. It's looking beautiful, nice and thick. It's like Bodage. And I nearly spilt that all over my laptop there. That'd have been good. And it hits all the marks.
Didn't
That
do one anyway.
No, I don't. The old one lasted me 8 years. This one needs to do it exactly the same. But no, hits all the marks. There's that white wine grapey kind of dryness in it. The citra comes through. The aroma is like punching through. So I suspect that's the hyper boost, boosting the citra aromas in the Bervagino. And aye, very good. I'll definitely be grabbing more Bearwood. There's
Just make sure you do it on your own time. Don't need to doing it live on the podcast.
Grab plenty of Bearwood.
Yep.
Well, seasoned.
Yeah. Use lubrication so you don't burn when you're grabbing that dry beer wood.
How did you like when you get them on? Just purely ask them, why did you come up with the name Bearwood? Like, there's too many jokes there. Anyway, Elroy, what you got?
I am enjoying a Beer Hut beer from, that'd be the last
He's
box.
still going, by the way.
The last one. This is Crystal Waters. It's a West Coast IPA. It's got 2 C's in it. In actual C's this time, Chinook and Columbus. It's 5.9%. It's perfectly pleasant. I wouldn't say that bitter chops would be overly bitterified with it, but it's definitely bitter enough for me. It's a well-made beer. It's excellent, very tasty, and I'm glad I kind of left it till the end because it's just reminded me how good a box that was.
Are we sticking by our decisions in terms of? I know, Cal, you said you were going to potentially pause Bruiser this month and just grab your own stuff. Are we still of the mantra of pausing? I know.
I paused. I mean, mine's was due to process today.
Was
So
it?
midnight
Was it
tonight,
me?
mine's will process if I don't unpause. No, mine's is earlier because I changed it when I went on holiday a few months back. Usually I've still got a few days left, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to stick with my decision. The good thing about Bruiser now is that you can process your order at any point, really. So if I change my mind in the next sort of week, I can unpause it and then just process it straight away, and just get the subscription whenever I fancy, really, which is good.
I've not decided yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do.
But no plans to unpause just at the minute. But
Fair enough. Right, let's get into some beer news.
News update.
Update indeed. Right, as we record this on the 2nd of December, your latest beery newsy. Jakehead Day is on the 12th of December, so get yourself onto Wylam and get all the beer. There's a reason right there to pause your Bruiser. Just grab a big case of Wylam Jakehead. Every rendition they're going to hopefully come out with. Hopefully there's at least two. At least. Because they staggered it last year, didn't they? Or did they? You got it, Scott, didn't you?
can't remember. There
Did they
was an
do
Imperial
So I
Jakehead.
bought some Jakes, I remember purchasing some Jakehead last year.
I think
I
they
can't
did both
remember
at
if
the
I
same. I
did
think
it
they did both at the
Christmas
same
Day,
time.
I probably did because I got a tumbler and everything as well. So that probably rings true.
In other news, Overtone
Tremendous
have
beer.
brought out Wee Ouija, a lower ABV version of their stalwart core beer, Ouija. So Wee Ouija will be 3.8 percentage points. That'll be IPA. Obviously, my thoughts on it is one, it smells like an alcohol duty avoidance beer. Because I'm pretty sure Ouija was 4 something anyway.
It wasn't the heaviest.
No.
4 or 5 tops.
So I'll probably, if I see it, I'll pick it up, but I'm not going to go out and get it. But
Definitely, I've got the right name wrong here. I know they want to obviously tie it to Ouija because it stays its own brand with their kind of first kind of, if you want to call it a core beer. But they should definitely have called it Wee Burnie.
And last one for me, singer and songwriter Mr. Sam Fender, with his Brit Awards that he's had, so he's now got 2. What he's done with, he did this last year, and he's doing it again this year with the one he got not that long ago. He's making his awards into a beer pump, and he's put them in his local. So his local bars will have 2 Brit Awards as the beer pump handle pouring beer, which I thought was pretty fucking cool. Like, so
Not bad.
I can't tell you the name of the pub because I can't remember, and I didn't write it down. So right helpful, but if you search it, you'll find it. So they are pretty cool. Anything for yourself, Cal?
Just some new beers. You touched on Overtone. They have also brought out a beer. I've lost it now. Oh, that's a shame.
Is that what it's called?
That's exactly what it's called. Hang on, I'll find it. Yes, so they've collaborated with a friend of Pod, Main's Brewing, and Glasladies Beer Society on a Mother Glasgow, a 5% summer pale, hopped with Citra, Aurora, Solero, and Tango. The beer celebrates 850 years of Glasgow. So there you go. The other new beer I thought would tickle your fancy, particularly yourself, Gav, Amity have collaborated with Emperor's Brewery to create. It's a Star Wars themed beer, Shockaroony, and it's called 12 Parsecs. It's a 12% Imperial Tiramisu Stout.
That's Emperor's staple.
A complex 9-grain bill delivers roast chocolate coffee amped up with light muscovado sugar and lactose. During the fermentation, we suspended Brazilian coffee beans in the beer for 2 days before replacing them with cacao nibs and resting for another 5 days. The result is an insane amplification of chocolate and coffee flavours delivered by the malts. So there you go.
Nope.
That's thick with 2 C's.
Aye, definitely. Multiple C's. All the C's. Another sort of good news story is one. It's a brewery who I confess I hadn't heard of, but it's a brewery called Hook Norton Brewery, who have created a beer to help raise awareness and funds for Banbury Rugby Club. Their captain and coach sustained a serious injury, and to help aid his recovery, they've brewed a beer where his face and his family picture of him.
That must be so.
It was it's all right. So
how have you not heard of Hook Norton before? Not heard of them?
No, I didn't live down in Englandshire like you.
Yeah, true.
Heard of Hook Norton?
You would. I'm pretty sure it would have been in Witherspoons. And I've got a monsoon just casually happening.
Okay. Well, anyway, they brewed a beer called JB's Journey, a 4.2% session ale. So there you go.
Good stuff. Anything you want to update us, Gilroy?
I was just going to very quickly congratulate on recording Tory from A Women's Brew on the British Guild of Beer Writers Award win for New Oblique Citizen Beer Communicator, which is the category we both entered last year. And it's amazing that A Women's Brew and Tory in particular has been recognised for that. It was a pretty good episode. I think a kind of history of beer somewhere. I can't remember what it was for, the exact episode, but I remember being intrigued and adding it to my list. So I've got it on my downloads ready. Listen to. I'd imagine it's a pretty good episode. So
I think it was like it's the rain. I know.
Ireland or something, is it? Yeah. Beer in Ireland, which is really cool. Obviously quite topical given you've got the Guinness series out this year and Guinness being the behemoth that it is. So congratulations to Tory and the podcast. It's great. It's good to see one of our friends winning something, which is amazing.
It is. I will apologise. It is literally a month in. I don't know what's going on.
Good grief. That's what happens when you stay on the south coast.
So, probably a good point to do one of these while this blows over, so to speak.
What the Dunkel?
Here are my top 10 hardest words to say with a lisp. I love my lisp. I'm proud of it. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, but sometimes it does get difficult. Like last night, I was in TGI Fridays, and I asked for fajitas, and she brought out salmon. What the actual fuck? But fuck it, I'm here to take the piss out of myself. So here are the 10 words that I can't fucking say with a lisp. Number 10, selfish. Now this could be 2 words, selfish or selfish, but I mean selfish. Number 9, sexy. That's sexy. Yes, my phone's already fucking soaked. Number 8, asparagus. I nearly tripped over that one. Asparagus. Number 7, salsa. Yep, like the name, salsa. For fuck's sake. Number 6 can only be one thing. Sausages. Fuck 66 sausages sizzling in the fucking pan. Fuck my life. Number 5, soup. Yeah, like tomato soup, I can't fucking say it. Number 4, sit. Am I saying sit or sit? You'll never fucking know. Here we go. The top 3 words that I can't fucking say with a lisp. Number 3 is isosceles. What the fuck? Number 2, shoe sign. And number 1 has definitely got to be piss flaps. Here are my top.
Good on him. Good on him for breaking out the isosceles.
It's isosceles that always gets me. That's Terry Bakes on TikTok. He bakes cakes.
By the way, the cakes look good.
They're fully slavers.
One more for you.
There's a nun having a bath and she hears a knock at the door and she's a bit worried, so she shouts out, "Who is it?" And he says, "It's the blind man." She said, "Well, come in." And as he comes in, he says, "Nice tits, where do you want the blinds?"
Oh, man. Oh.
Oh, too funny. Love it. Absolutely.
Oh, that was brilliant. I loved that one.
Oh, as many listeners will be very much aware, we are in the middle and the midst of our people. Isosceles. We're in the middle of our People's Choice Brewery of the Year Award. We are down to the last 16 breweries. And at this point is where we do the reshuffle. And this is when we'll do it right now. So the breweries that have made it to the last 16 are Ducat, Pomona Island, Flock, Full Circle, Stuart, Track, Verdant, Cloudwater, STF, Beak, Umbard, Duration, Pipeline, Tempest, Rivington, and Neon Raptor. She's still gone.
You don't need to tell that to somebody.
I don't even know if it's the isosceles or it's.
No, it's definitely. Nice tits. Do you want the blinds?
So I will put all those breweries into the randomizer, and I'll push the randomizer button, and we end up with a final list, which looks like this. So matchups we have going into the last 16. We have Umbard against Neon Raptor. We have got Flock against Verdant. Gee whiz. That'll be a good one. Beak and Rivington, Cloudwater, Pomona Island, Full Circle, STF, Duration against Track. Whoop. Ducat against Tempest, two Scottish ones paired up together there. And then to finish off the last 16, the reigning champs take on Pipeline. So Stuart against Pipeline. So that is your last 16 switcheroonie matchups. Are you Camden?
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a nun having a bath and she hears a knock at the door and she's a bit worried, so she shouts out, "Who is it?" And he says, "It's the blind man." She said, "Well, come in." And as he comes in, he says, "Nice tits, where do you want the blinds?"
Oh, dear. Love
Too fun.
it. I'm going to try and remember that and tell Fraser to say that when he's going to Guysing next year at Halloween.
That'd be a good one. Gilroy, you took a wee long weekend away.
I did indeed.
Not your typical long weekend destination.
No, not your typical long weekend destination, but it was a surprise visit for a birthday to Lanzarote, of all places, which I'd never been to before. Volcanic rock. Expected, as you might imagine, with a volcanic rock, there to be very little in the way of independent beer or beer at all. I expected San Miguel, Estrella, and maybe a Dorada or a Tropical, being the kind of had a wee quick look or a wee quick squint before we went away just to see what there was. And I was pleasantly surprised both by those offerings and also by some other more independent stuff that I managed to find. So I was in Playa Blanca, which is the south tip of the island, if you like, basically able to see and wave to Fuerteventura. And we're right next to where all the ferries and stuff go there every day. The old Fred Olsen ferry and Fast Ferry, which is just painted like a shark, which is quite good.
Doesn't it go any faster than any? Doesn't it go any faster?
Oh, it was rapid. It was in comparison to old Fred Olsen. It was rapido. It was 22 degrees. The weird thing about it is obviously it's on the same time zone and stuff as the UK, so it was sunny. Like the sun wasn't coming up till 7:30, and it was going down again at 5 o'clock. So 5:30, which is kind of weird to get into. The other thing is obviously with the time of year it is, Christmas decorations when it's sunny.
Right.
It is, as it was, took a bit of getting used to, but they did Christmas as well as everybody else. Just a lot more lights. Tend to be metal trees. Kind of welded metal rings with lights running about it instead of proper trees, which is cool. But they had kind of West Lothian Council style lamppost lights, which all worked, I suppose, unlike West Lothian Councils, and went on a wee bit longer. But brilliant. If you've ever been to Lanzarote, obviously no high rises or anything like that, so you can see for miles and miles everywhere. There's nothing really impeding your view. Beer wise, couple of shout outs. So the first place I went to was Lidelski, which we know and sometimes love depending on what their offerings were. There was kind of standard fare, probably the least kind of appetizing, if you like, or the actually ended up being the least kind of inspiring of the bunch. Probably the best effort from there was the Voldam double malt, and also had an El Dorada El Aguila, which was really cool, a kind of unfiltered lager. And then Voldam, the double malted stuff, is superb. I don't know, you can see past it if you're on the continent and having supermarket stuff. I would always go with that. Also tried one of the standard Steamworks or something like that it's called, the kind of little craft beer stuff, kind of steampunky type cans. Had one of them. But then I found my favourite, my new favourite supermarket, Super Dino, which is amazing. It's like something with cars. It's got the big dinosaur on it. And it had quite a good craft beer selection. Had obviously all your massive cans of Amstel, Paulaner, full wheat beer selection as well, bottles and cans. They had Dorada, they had Tropical, they also had Mau, classical, and also some Mau IPAs, which was a collaboration with Founders, which was really cool. I had a couple of cans of that, and it was excellent as well. And then we went a wander or a drive, and then a walk around one of the ports or kind of wee marinas, a place called Rubicon. And when we were there, we've managed to find a wee independent shop, which was really cool. And that was, I've got it here, I looked it up just to make sure I had it. It's called Brunchy Shop. Brunchy.shop. Brunchy.shop. And
it's too late for breakfast, let's have a wee bit of brunchy.
100%. And the guy there was really knowledgeable, knew the beer on the island, knew all the different styles, was able to tell me what was newest. Also aware of loads of different wines, loads of different whiskies, gins, liqueurs, all that stuff, and cigars, which I also partook of, which was excellent.
I seen the Instagram video of that.
And then they had the two main, most popular seemingly craft beer breweries on the island. The first one that I had, which I got the full selection from that were available in the shop, is a brewery called Nao, Nao. And I tried basically their whole selection. So there was a Mucho and also a Bikini, which is that was a collaboration with Mondo Brewing, who we know. So that was a collab with them. They also have a blonde, a Berliner Weiss, an APA, which I also tried, called Capitan. And then there's a black IPA that they do as well. And it's just a really cool, like, obviously it's Arrecife, which is the main city or town, if you like, on the island. That's
where
where
the
the
airport is,
that's where the breweries and stuff are, and where the airport is and
Mm.
stuff. So didn't actually get to go to the breweries or anything, but did try some from Brunchy, and it's a really cool wee shop. And it's got tasting space as well, so you can have one, and he's got glasses and ice. You can buy wine by the glass. You can buy obviously one of the bottles and have it in, which is quite cool as well. Nice wee seats and stuff, so you sit and enjoy one, and then take a few away with you, which is quite cool. He does disappear in May, he told me. Just disappears for the whole month of May because it's quiet, but he's back in June all the way through for the rest of the year, which is excellent. I said there might be someone of this parish making a jaunt. The other brewery is called Malpais or Malpais. They also had quite a good selection. I had a couple of them to try in there, one of which was the most exciting one I had from them was, got it here because I made sure and take pictures and stuff. It's called MA or Madipa. Mama Deepa. That's it. It's a hazy double IPA, 8.2%, I think it was, and it was hazy and exactly what Mark doesn't like. But it wasn't cloying or too sweet or anything like that. It was perfectly pleasant to drink straight out of the fridge and stuff, and I had that to sit in. That was great. And then another honourable mention to, I also had their kind of main, I think this is their kind of core IPA, which is called Palas Risas, which was a 5.7% IPA and was also excellent. So yeah, shout out to brunchy.shop and the breweries in Lanzarote.
How did it compare price-wise? Like, I know the supermarkets, well, I mean, it's been coming on 10 years since I've been in Lanzarote, so supermercados are normally fairly inexpensive, even though it is an island. How were you for the craft stuff?
The kind of now, obviously, all the supermarket stuff was pretty. It wasn't expensive at all, really. It was. I'm looking for some of the price and stuff to see if I can zoom in on any of them, but it was perfectly cheap, less than €1 for a can of beer, I would say. Even on the kind of craftier bits and pieces that I picked up, it wasn't expensive at all. Everything was much of a muchness, and then the craft stuff was maybe. Got a picture here and I'll have a wee look at it and see if I can zoom in on. It was like €4 or €5. €5, €4 or €5 a bottle, which isn't bad at all, really.
No, it's all right.
I thought it was all right.
It's worth a jaunt doing anyway. I mean, there's
like some really nice restaurants and stuff.
We've been down on the marina. I mean, we're going in June, as you say, and we're all inclusive, so we'll not be going down for food and stuff at night, but we'll certainly be going a wandering down round the front and round to the marina and things like that. So, given its location, it's definitely somewhere we shall be walking past, if nothing else.
It's like the food and stuff and everything as well. We had some great like steak and things like that, and it's cheap as chips. Like, so see if you want.
I love Lanzarote, man.
Break out and have some lunch or whatever. You'll not even feel it. But there's the cactus beer that I had, which was the last beer that I had when I was away, which was like pink. I don't know if I sent you a picture of that one. It was cactus fruit coloured, but it was just a session IPA. But it tasted beautiful. It was lovely. That was a 440ml can. The rest were 330ml bottles. The 330ml bottles were all around about the €4 or €5 mark. The higher the ABV, slightly more expensive than that. But the now cactus, it was €6. It was kind of newer. But all the other stuff was pretty reasonable. Like, it wasn't like, again, you'll not feel it. And the other places that we went had restaurants and stuff. They all had, it's tropical, which I also had a tropical unfiltered, which was excellent. So if you're looking for some wee kind of extras or whatever, if you get fed up with the stuff that's there, you can get a 6-pack of tropical unfiltered for pennies. And it was perfectly pleasant, just a kind of standard unfiltered lager. They also had Mau Classic and things like that as well. But loads of choice, a nice wee area, and you can sit and have a couple of beers and then take 4 or 5 up the road with you. And where we were, it was like a 15-20 minute walk down to where the kind of main drag and stuff was, and electric scooters for days, like just electric scooters, because everybody just kicks about on them all the time. But the roads are nice and wide and quiet. So, and there's loads of kind of pedestrianised zones and stuff as well. We were having
Playa Blanca's lovely, man. It's
beautiful.
Like you say, you've got the big pedestrianised sort of precinct with all the shops and stuff that's got one street back from the front. But even since, I mean, we went a few times when we were at school, and the difference between then and when we went just after we got married, so that's 10 years ago, it's expanded so much, and I can only imagine how much it's expanded again. But as you say, Scott, with they've got a law in Lanzarote that the buildings are only allowed to be sort of 2 or 3 stories high. So it doesn't look Benidorm-y, even though it is really touristy. There's loads and loads of hotels and stuff, but it doesn't have that Turkey Benidorm-y, really big hotel kind of vibe.
Yeah.
The hotels take up a much bigger space, but they're only 2 or 3, as I say, 2 or 3 stories high, so it doesn't spoil the landscape.
Yeah,
and it's a really beautiful island.
They do a really good job. If it's not whitewashed, it's in keeping with the kind of. It's like they obviously take the volcanic rock and turn it into bricks. So you've got a lot of the walls and stuff like that are that kind of colour, and then loads of palm trees. Every house has got really well designed things. The wee kind of villa we were in, that Lynn and Stephen had booked, had a pool, had a hot tub. It was different class, like it just had everything. So you kind of down in the morning and early afternoon, go for a bite of lunch or something like that, and then come back up and just sit and enjoy the sunshine. But I was pleasantly surprised by the beer. I expected it to be wine, and more wine with some gin and stuff thrown in, but I was more than pleasantly surprised by the beer and by that shop, which was excellent. So, and there might well be, don't take my word for it, some I might get I'll lend some taste buds from 2 of my compatriots here and drop them in a wee Lanzarote, that's what you call it, beer from either of those 2 breweries, just for them to try and hopefully back me up, so that when they make their wild card entry into the
Brewery of the Year next year,
Lanzarote Brewery of the Year, well, I'll have some backup for my choices. So yes, Lanzarote was excellent.
Sounds good, mate. Not jealous at all. Not jealous one single bit. I've sent you guys over obviously the matchups for that Brewery of the Year, and wanted to kind of do some Mystic Meg predictions. To see whom you think one will make it. What will be the final matchup? Because last year I did manage to pick the 2 that made it to the final. I know I'll go last because I think I'm in a position where I see the votes and stuff that come through, and I know who's been active and what breweries I've got.
Kirsty's Kirsty's been showing me like the voting, but she always seems to she always manages to show me like within 10 minutes of them going up. So whenever I pick, it's like 51-49 because there's only been 3 folk voted on it. So I'm happy to go first. My coupon predicting abilities are famously terrible, so I'm quite happy. So I think
we can go. I do will we do group by group or just go final?
Well, I think Unbarred and Verdant will get through the first group. Then Unbarred will beat Verdant.
Agree.
I think Rivington will beat Beak, and Cloudwater will beat Pomona.
Beak.
Yep.
And then Cloudwater will beat Rivington. I think STF will beat Full Circle, and Track will beat Duration, and then Track will beat STF. I think Ducat will beat Tempest and Stewart will beat Pipeline, and then Stewart will beat Ducat.
Oh. Harry's
So
a social media darling, though.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, indeed.
Dare you say a social media wizard?
He's representing Glasgow on his own currently.
Aye. See if he gets through to face Stewart as well. It'll be a right Glasgow versus Edinburgh. Can he?
Yeah.
Aye. That
We
might
had
be
it
closer
last.
than I'm
No,
giving it
for
credit.
last year it was.
What is it? Ouija's in their wily ways.
No. I agree with. So the first part of that kind of bracket, I agree with. There's, in fact, there's not much I don't disagree with. In fairness, I agree with you with Lombard.
STF might they're quite good on the old socials as well. It'd be good to see them getting through. But I think, I can't look, given their past performances in this award, I can't look past Unbarred at the top half of the bracket to get to the final. Aye. But
it's not helping the guy that's looking deciding the lineups is madly in love with them.
Yeah, randomizer, and you can.
Randomizer.
I'll screen share the randomizer for you. I don't. Unbarred really get behind this, and they've been at the final twice, and they've never been. They've always been the bridesmaid, never the bride. And
did they not win it 1 year?
No, they've lost. So they lost to Bayonet, and then they lost to Stewart. So they've been there twice when we've done it this way and lost each time. Like my head says it ends up being a repeat, and it's Unbarred against Stewart again. Which will be cool.
It would be nice to see somebody new.
I wouldn't mind, like, if I'm going off, like, if I'm doing it brewery wise, and just take the social media head off, I go, yep, Neon Raptor beat Unbarred, beat Neon Raptor, and then it's Verdant beating Flock, close, but yes, and then it ends up being Verdant that make it through. Beak beat Rivy, just Cloudwater beat Pomona, and then Christ, splitting Cloudwater and Beak is hard if you're going on a pure beer basis. My head ends up being biased because Beak are close to me, and I end up saying Beak. They end up with Beak against Verdant, like that's fucking split that. Good luck, but it ends up probably being Verdant. Even though my head would probably say Beak. Again, just being biased. Full circle, and then full circle beat STF. Track beat Duration. Track beat Full circle. Track make it through that purple group. Tempest beat Ducat. Stewart make it through. Stewart beat Tempest, and then it ends up being Stewart against Track, and Track it's close, but you'd end up saying Track, and it ends up being Track against Verdant. But that's not how it'll play out.
It's not going to happen.
Nope. Any thoughts, Gilroy? Are you of the same?
I think so. I think you have cracked it. That's probably how it'll end up. I would love to see somebody like Ducat make it all the way through and win, but it's a tough ask against some proven veterans.
If you're asking me who I want to see, I want to see win it, then I agree. Like, I want to see Ducat, Tempest, STF, Flock, and that's it. Stewart have already won it one time. So.
Fans better flock to their respective breweries. Get plenty of votes in for them.
I'm going to talk about
Do
this
not
beer.
wait and sit back and think, oh, it's okay, my favourite brewery will just cruise through.
No, go on and vote.
It's time to make sure that you vote.
And by the way, sorry, Cal, just before you do that, see people, honestly, like, who see the story and then reply to the story going, I want to vote for such and such. Fucking, do you know how Instagram works? You just push the fucking thing. Just don't message me who you want to vote for, because I can't vote for you. You have to, like, push the B button.
I think you could if you wanted to. It's smacks of defeatism.
Mm.
Open up another one of your accounts.
I've got 3, 4, 3. Cal, drinking.
Yes. Augustina.
Of course.
Augustina Weiss beer.
Mm.
And it is
Obviously
when you look
known
at
for
that,
their Hellas. What's the
Mhm.
Weiss beer
Well,
like?
it is spectacular.
That's cloudy.
Aye.
Nice.
Bananas for days,
Boom, bananas. Din, din,
and
din, din.
it's so clean and smooth, and it's just spectacular.
Second beverage, for myself this evening is one of the beers, breweries, excuse me, that's made it through to the latter stage of the competition in the form of Beak. And what else would you have than a parade? One of the best core beers you can get. I sat there and didn't sit there. I stood there in the shop looking at all the Beak beers, and the new one were there and everything, and I just wasn't getting inspired by any single of them. And I just went, hold on now. Like, I don't need to have one of the new ones. Fucking have a stalwart classic. Fucking parade. Thank you very much. No thinking drinking. Bosh. Get in my glass. And in my mouth.
That's what happens when you've got such good stuff.
Glug, 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 glug. What are you glugging? Is that
It's called Gluggia. There you go.
glug this?
Glug this.
Is that attic?
Is another Beer Hut number.
Oh, beer hut.
So I told a lie. That wasn't the fucking last one. It was complete bollocks.
Shame on you.
Beerford's Lycast.
Lycast. This is El Duradu and Citra.
Citra.
And it's 6.6%. And it's bound to be beautiful. Again, one that
He's away. He's gone.
his beak ship would turn up said sizable beaker because it's an IPA that he's over. But
Do you want it one more time for
that
Islos
tastes
League?
excellent. That is Umbongo in a can, and it's absolutely superb. Long may it continue. Like I said, I've got time. I've got time for them. I've absolutely got time for them when they're good and done by people who can be trusted.
I don't think I've had Beer Hut before.
It's lovely. Nornine, I think. Down from
Down.
Down.
Mm-hmm.
County down.
Yes, that's it. And the beer's excellent. Northern Irish beer's quite good. Famously.
Beer advent calendars. Thoughts?
Shite.
Yep.
No cold chained. Didn't care what you're getting. Keith.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I've seen them every the last 2 days, obviously, because it's the 2nd of fucking December.
Aye.
The best thing to do, like we've said before, and the only one I'd say there's one exception to that, because he puts a hell of a lot of effort into it, and he does the thing that I'm going to suggest that you would do on your own, or your other half might do for you, or whatever, or a friend might do for you, if there's 3 or 4 of you in a podcast, for example. And it's Jahid does it at Grunt and Growler, and he does an excellent beer advent calendar that you can purchase from him, but that's because it's curated. So he doesn't piss about. He makes sure it's always good beer that's in there. It's well worth the money, and I know he puts a lot of time. You can see it on Instagram and stuff when he starts to get into the kind of advent calendar phase in about fucking September.
Right.
Thinking about what he's going to put in there and what the wrapping and stuff like that's going to be, and wraps it up properly and all that kind of stuff. And obviously it's separated, so they're wrapped and you can stick them in the fridge, so you maintain cold chain. You're not having to put some that's the size of a fucking 3-bit paper, dimensions wise, into a fridge somewhere, or keep it in the garage and hope it remains cold enough or whatever. We put it in there at the road, and the suggestion would be to do it handmade. Give somebody, a significant other, a friend, do a swapsy, get them to go, give them a sum and say, go and get me a beer advent calendar with, even if you did half a dozen, or to cover the weekends or whatever you wanted to do. Grab a few beers, wrap them up. even in tinfoil, and then just stick them, get them to them, and stick them in the fridge, number them, and then there you go. I'm not saying day 24. Oh, that's if you want to have a beer a day in December, go for it. But I do a number, and well, works it out as almost one beer a day. But you can do it that way, and that way you can obviously do it to each other. You can do it to suit palates. Just get a mixture of styles that they might like. What you didn't end up with is a fucking blueberry dragon fruit fucking sour that nobody's going to drink on one day, and then 100% guaranteed, just because of things are the way it's gone, you're going to get a fucking table or an NA and a stout that you didn't drink in there if you pick one off the shelf. I'm not
Christmas
saying
cake
there's
beer, guaranteed. But it'll be a
Santa-
4%
Santa's
Christmas cake.
really fucking Rudolph's snottery beak, whatever you want to call it. You'll get something like that in amongst it as well, which is fine, and it's thing. But if you're somebody who likes good independent beer, maybe doing something that's a wee bit DIY. The only other saving grace that does it as a kind of thing would be the Edinburgh? I can't remember the name of them.
Beer box.
Beer box. Who give Stuart? It's not Stuart name that do it. It's Barney's do it. Give their beer to them to package for them. Generally,
it's
the web shop.
literally pretty much every brewery in Edinburgh. Like
that would be a nice one, maybe. Again, probably well thought out and a bit better curated, but then avoid like the plague, the old BHS or the looking whatever it is, BD or what's the company I'm thinking about, the fucking discount, the ones that do it online, fucking
Beer 52.
No, something like that. The kind of, you know what I mean, the fucking get 60% off tickets at Edinburgh Gin or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about? You started voucher or shite like that. You know what I'm talking about? The kind of places, the beer advent calendar,
Groupon,
fucking Dross, Groupon. That's them. That's the bastards.
The beer gift that I'd seen that I would be more than happy to receive is, I mean, the packaging is enormous. So
a yard of Stella Artois.
You would need a hearse, I think, to transport this box. But it is the Joker IPA pack. And it has cans of two times cans of. I know, but you could. It doesn't matter. You could do a 60-40. It's got Joker, it's got Double Joker, it's got Juicy Joker, and it's got Joker AF. So as I say, you could split the Joker AF and the Double Joker, and then you could that would be like just Joker.
A Joker.
And
it's
also
you into the 60-40 territory there, didn't he start that?
Also comes with a rather snazzy looking Joker IPA pint tumbler. I'm kind of hoping that some of them might fall off the back of a lorry.
You should 100% be able to load that box with a Joker of your choosing, or mix and match. So if you're an AFer, you can AF.
It's as close to a perfect Christmas gift as I mean, see if it was Joker, Double Joker, and two Juicy Jokers and a pint tumbler, that'd be perfection.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You should give the choice. You should say, we'll fill the box where we can either do it all one, so you could do. You're going to get a mixture, so you only get one can of double, but the rest you can, because they're all much of a much. Price-wise, I'd imagine. Obviously, the AF's a wee bit cheaper, but you can AF, so you could do a Joker AF bundle, and you would get that with a tumbler for our AF friends.
Yeah, just when you're ordering it online, use the code AFGTF. And they'll ken no to put that in the box.
GTFAF. Code GTFAF 25.
That does look good.
Something like that. But that looks like a cool box. But like you say, Callum, it's an absolute behemoth.
Oh, you're 100% needing Brodies there when you're.
I or a forklift.
Full split or long wheelbase required.
It's the only beer selection box that gets delivered on a pallet.
Aye.
It's fucking huge. It's
It
just
takes up some serious real estate. Like it's
last
it's
bit
like
that
Amazon have packaged it.
aye, no, it is. Last bit that came up that I forgot to mention, and I've just been just a light bulb moment and reminded myself is the rebrew and new recipe for our friends at Brewdog and Punk.
Oh, aye, Punk.
Punk have redone their recipe
Again.
apparently taking it back to apparently taking it back to kind of its more original style and I hope to increase sales and stem the slide that's been happening over the last.
They've made it more expensive to make. I saw some gimmick like that, some spraff. It's like fucking New Coke all over again.
Yeah, true.
Just where that's quite topical with Stranger Things coming back. So
aye, I was in the Brewdog pub on Lothian Road last Monday, and they've got the big screen up behind the bar, which flashes up various different ads and things like that. And it's very proud to proclaim that Punk is the UK's #1 craft beer. So you wonder why they feel the need to change it if it's the #1 craft beer.
Is that based on figures from Brewdog Analytics Limited?
Asterisk based on sales.
Aye.
So just because they shift more of it than any other craft in inverted commas brewery, because they're the biggest craft brewery, it doesn't mean that it's the best.
No, no, but it's they've obviously seen a decline in sales, and they're playing on this whole thing at the moment of what have Brewdog done now, as some of their marketing stuff, which is probably a clever thing to do, is to play on it. Everyone sees a Brewdog thing come up and they're like, oh, what the fuck are they up to now? But the bit in my head when I seen with the change in the recipe was, why did you not just do this when you did the fucking rebranding? Like,
because they thought that the rebranding would be enough. They didn't think they needed. They didn't think they needed to change any of the recipes. Just change the clays that the beer's wearing, and it'll be fine.
I get what you're saying, but like that rebrand was what, 3 months ago?
No, it was longer than that, mate.
Was it?
I think so. I don't know, but it feels like longer ago than that.
Just seems like an opportunity missed to be like, right, here's the rebrand, here's the new recipe, instead of now they're going to have cans out there, fresh, new looking cans with the old recipe, and then some with the new recipe, and fucking nobody's going to know unless it says new recipe on it, which it won't. No, it might. Doubt it. We'll see what happens. I will more than likely try it, but I'm going to have to wait a few months until I know it's 100% the new stuff.
It's purely for research purposes.
Oh, no, definitely. Which is probably clever, and that's why they're doing it, because every beer snob like us will be like, oh, I'll try it. We'll try it once. Well, sales will go up for a wee bit, and then they'll just tumble back to where they were. Tumble back. Anything else to mention, gentlemen?
Oh, we'll keep it short and sweet.
Short and sweet. You say that. Nearly full schlong there. As always, wherever you've listened, please subscribe, hit that ding-a-ling-a-ling to be notified of every single episode. Show your support, we give us a 5-star rating. Your official support by going to patreon.com/Beer Fridge Podcast. My name's Gavin. That's Carl. That's Scott. Till next time. Cheerio.
Bye.